Premier Gaming League's F6 of PlayStation Series, and here for round 7 at Imola. I'm your commentator Brendan, and I am joined once again by Felix. So how are you doing today?
Yes, hello. Yeah, for the first time in quite a while actually, we've both been able to make it. We aren't commentating in any other tier tonight, and I'm happy about that. It's been a while. I think Miami was the last time we both commentated together on this division.
Yeah, I do this. So we've had one of us has been missing or covering somewhere else since Miami. So it's good to be back to normal here, and we're here for Imola. So following Monza last week, where after post-race investigations, just a quick intermission before that, it is wet.
Full wet qualifying. Very interesting. I'll check for the weather in the race.
Yeah, we might want to see that, because that'll dictate setups. If it's full wet the entire way, you may see some people scrambling for a wet setup.
Right, you were about to say probably that Kian was given a penalty for his weaving and pushing Jerome off at the end of last week's race. On lap 27, going down to turn 1, which lost him the race win.
Yes, that is right. The Ferraris had very much pulled away, but Keane, trying to keep the win and to extend up his championship lead, had maybe went slightly too far, and as a result he lost the win to his teammate, and now it's only 7 points between the championship as opposed to what could have been nearly 15.
Okay, I've been told it's dry for the race, so good news for the drivers probably, I would say. Maybe bad news for us. A rain race is usually more exciting, I would argue.
In ways, yes, but also sometimes it's very difficult just to follow, particularly as you don't really have DRS to help you along either.
Yeah, fair point as well. As for qualifying times, I have to admit I have no idea what we'll be seeing in the rain. Of course, depends on how this rain develops as well. I was expecting, obviously the dry, so it doesn't apply now, but I was expecting high 14s, maybe low 15s, but probably 14s as well. Yeah, but now that we've got the rain, there's no chance of anything like that. It will be very interesting to see how the drivers adapt now to the rain. Jano will be the first one to start a lap. He's just going down into the first part of the Rivazza, turn 17, second to last corner, and he will be the first one to start a lap in this qualifying session, driving for AlphaTauri. So we'll see how he's able to cope with the weather, if he's able to complete the lap. Hopefully for him it will be a good one.
Yeah, just keep an eye there. As you see, Jarno, first man there, going for the lap. It's not too bad through the first couple of corners. It is, see, it's a little sketchy, but it's going to be like that for the first lap or two.
Yeah, he's missing the apex a bit, so I think this first lap won't be brilliant, but usually in the wet you run multiple laps in a row, so surely he's just learning maybe the braking points now in the wet. Also how much he has to trail brake, very important when running no ABS in the rain. It always takes some time to adjust, so I think we'll be seeing the drivers improving by multiple seconds after the first couple laps, especially in the full wet. It's very tricky.
Very tricky, just traction's a lot more limited. The only thing is, of course, is that you can build up the momentum. You don't have to really think about the maybe just the tires and all that just being gone after for a lap or two, because you're just going to do multiple laps and you're going to improve just because you get a feeling for the track and where you can brake, where you can pick up throttle slightly earlier.
Yeah, so Jarno is now just about to go over the line. First lap in this qualification is going to be a 1:29.149. So I'm thinking if the rain stays the same, we'll end up somewhere in the 27s. 1.1 seconds should be gained for sure over the course of a qualifying session in the full wets. Maybe even more if the rain goes away over time. As Jano, oh, he's made a mistake coming through the Tamburello chicane. Ended up in the gravel as he slept down the drain.
Yeah, but it does mean he can. All he has to do now is just build up his ERS again.
Current championship leader Kian is about to finish a lap. He's just about to head into the last chicane. His teammate Ariel Giron just ahead of him as well. 27.8 by Lynx, the time to beat now.
No, Leon
27.7 by Leon.
We're in our championship
Giron
leader.
28.1 and Kian 27.5. 6/10 on his championship rival Giron.
Yeah, he's done very well for himself there. Gotten the initial pole position, but we have seen quite often that if it does tend to get a bit lighter here in qualifying, it can mean what you do early on in the session may not come to mean anything.
Yeah, I think even we're already seeing 27.5, so I think the track is starting to slightly improve already. I believe the rain has been getting a bit less. It's been 6 minutes in qualifying now, we've got 12 to go. So, yeah, I think we might be seeing drivers putting on the inters later, depending on how this rain develops further. Of course, that would be a big factor, especially if it's close at the end, if drivers go out on wets or on inters for their last couple laps. And always very interesting to see.
And yeah, it is still looking full wet as of now, but you might see somebody take a gamble there because well, you're down to lose. Elliot goes fastest. 26.9.
Yeah, 26.9. Yeah, big improvement over Kian's previous best time, which now also
Lynx
beaten by Lynx.
27.4.
And Relota with a line now 28.4 into P7.
I think Keen here is coming across the line, but this is
yeah, Kian was in the gravel already on this lap, so he's also not improving.
Daniel
Nico's about to
is
finish his first
improving.
lap. Nico, no hot lap set just yet. He's coming through the rudder just now out of the final corner.
Daniel goes P2, and
P6 for Nico, 28.1.
now it's the Alfa Romeo of Schoolman. Is it one? Oh, and somebody's just shut up the order there. Let's see who. Let's see it.
We've got Carlsby about to finish the lap as well. He's currently third in the championship. Driving for Haas, currently P14, 29.8, so he, I believe he's made a mistake somewhere, being that far off the pace.
Yeah, I would assume so. But he's 1.7.
Fifth gears in the final corner. I've been seeing most drivers using 4, 14 to 6 as well, so very, very careful on the throttle. 27.2 jumps to third place. Big improvement, 2.5 seconds.
Very nice improvement. As you're seeing here that people are starting to find a lot more grip as this session goes on. You're going to see people just randomly shoot up multiple places, maybe into double-digit places. Drone now fires back at Keen, goes fastest.
Kian meanwhile just finished his lap and he was down by 2.5 seconds, so not able to improve compared to his teammate. Yeah, these wet qualifyings are always very interesting because you see drivers from all the way down in last place can just jump up into P1 randomly. Basically, it's the time improvements that you can see are crazy. So you never know who to expect at the front in the next couple of minutes, which makes these wet qualifying drivers tend to be less prepared for the rain as well. They usually put in more practice for the dry and barely any for the wet weather.
It tends to be just a case where it's right place, right person, right time. Where for a lot of these drivers here, as no matter what pace you might have throughout the session, if you aren't in that right place, right time, it's not going to help. As you see Daniel making a mistake, but then invalidating. But if it might come back to him later.
We're seeing most of the drivers boxing now, so they're running out of fuel at this point. Might be seeing fresh tires put on. I believe it's still very much full wet conditions. I don't think it's been getting much drier in the last couple of minutes since I last talked about the weather conditions. So yeah, for now at least we should be staying on full wets. Of course, we don't have the weather radar on the spectator view, so we can't actually know how the rain will develop beforehand. The drivers will know. They do have the weather forecast both from the engineer and in the pits on their monitors.
Yeah, they will be keeping an eye probably. So it not looking like it's really letting up
Lynx
here.
just put on an intermediate tire in the pit lane. Interesting to see. Or he hasn't driven out on it yet. He's just chosen them in the pits as his tire for when he does drive out.
Probably just you can sometimes fiddle around with the tires and you can see whether it's the improvement, the tire will be faster or slower. The second McLaren has Chalkers has also decided to.
Oh no, Chalkers back on the wets.
Probably just trying to experiment here.
Yeah, I think he's switching constantly now.
Just to see if there is anything to be gained from these inters.
Yeah, to me that indicates that the intermediates are gaining more and more delta time over the wets, as he's definitely monitoring them right now. So to me that would indicate, yeah, that the inter is slowly getting faster and that the rain is getting less. So I think for sure, Skyline is out of session, but he was serving a qualifying ban, so this is to be expected.
Yes, that is where I see it. I think qualifying ban for this race, so nothing to worry about. Okay.
Nick Kenshin though, he wasn't serving a qualifying ban, he's crashed coming out of Tosa. Going on with his teammate El Pilota, we'll see him on the left hand side there, in the barriers.
Yeah. Just, it's hard not to get traction out there in the dry if you
Oh, Chalkers is splitting up on inters. There we go, first drive on intermediate tires.
This could be a very good gamble here, if he gets it right.
Yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on him, seeing if he's able to keep the car on track, if he's struggling on traction maybe. I would say it does look to be a bit early, as his teammate Lynx is right behind him on wets. They've driven out at almost the exact same time. Yeah, I believe it's still slightly too wet for the intermediate tires, but we still got 5 minutes to go for the rain to go away, to get less.
It's worth a gamble really from his position, because you're not really going to lose too much here otherwise. Only places, and what you could gain is absolutely massive. So
I mean, of course, there's still 5 minutes to go, so all the wet runners still have plenty of time to box again to get intermediate tires. The real gamble would be right at the end. Jerome has just started the lap. He's currently in P1, 26.7. He will be very much leading this pole position. He has, how many points is it? 7 points behind his teammate in the Drivers' Championship. So with his teammate currently down in P8, this could be a big opportunity for Jerome.
There.
Yeah,
And
1.5 tenths down for one.
That's still recoverable. But
yeah, for sure, especially with the rain, you can easily find 2 tenths.
Siren off
like
there.
Nothing.
And that's Joker's on the inters. Maybe
Yeah, he's in the gravel.
a little too early, but then again, an Australia 2010 in the race.
Oh, Jerome has gone off, and Jerome is invalid lap time at the Variante Aqua Minerali, apologies. Ascar, I just slipped into Monza there.
Let's stay behind that, Monza.
Got Nico as well on the lap, but he's currently down by 1.8 seconds, so he's not improving on his time by any means. Maybe it's already too not wet enough for the wet and not dry enough for the intermediate. We're not seeing anyone improving right now. The wet could be overheating, and the intermediate not able to get through this much water either.
Jarno has now started looking at the Inters. Elliot's had a bit of a spin.
Ian
360.
jumped to P7, gaining 2.5 tenths. 27.291 the time for him.
No, if Championship Leader would be in trouble if he's around that place. You'll see him sliding around there a little bit. Them curbs,
Yeah.
they're bad enough on the dry, but on the wet.
Second driver leaving the pits on Inters. Jarno, now with 3.5 minutes to go. Pretty much now you have to put on the Inters if you want to use them. You can't wait for much longer. So
This
at
gamble
this point,
works.
it's going to be really interesting to see what strategy drivers go for. If the driver's already out on wets, will box for Inters, or if they're staying out.
For some of them, it's probably too late, and you may as well just keep on going. Although Nico in the pits is
Jerome is up by 3
not
tenths
as
now.
well.
The track, I believe the track is improving, as Jerome is finding a lot of time here. Looking at a possible 26.4, 26.5 there from Leon, jumps to
Oh.
P1.
Not too bad for Leon now. We are going to see some times really come in. Because there was a little bit lull period as people were in the pits and not maybe just going again. But now you see Jerome up to the line. Where will he go? It's back onto pole position. But,
It's Jerome though, currently in the pits on intermediate tires, so we might be seeing even more drivers contesting for pole position here. Elliot, currently down by 3.5 tenths, so you won't be seeing him jumping on the pole position more than likely. What about Kian? He is just starting the lap, going through the Variante Tamburello right here. Currently still down on P8, our championship leader. But maybe he's running a setup more focused on the dry, while the guys ahead of him are running a wet setup. Just less downforce perhaps. Up by 6.5 tenths, Kian.
oh, that is very promising for him. Six
Yeah,
and a
he's
half.
9 tenths behind pole. So just a bit more time to be gained here.
I think this is the pace that he's been showing for most of the season. Him being down to 9th there was a bit odd given his form, but if he can just hook it up together, which actually hasn't been something he's been able to do that much in this session, or even the last quality session.
1.2 seconds now.
Oh my,
Apologies.
he is
Yeah, looking at a possible Keenan position, 25 even possible for him if he gains just a bit more time in the last sector, which surely he will. So I think
Yeah,
we also have to keep an eye out for the intermediate runners, for Jarno, for Chalkers, and for It's Jerome. That would be very, very interesting now, as we're starting the last minute of qualifying.
the team up to the line is 26.005. He
Just
didn't
barely missing that 25.
Jerome
By
here will now
5,000
start his
seconds.
final lap. If he has the best of the conditions, then he can find the time. So you see Jerome braking for first couple of turns. He got a nice exit there. Out of Tamburello, now down to Variante Vilno. Through the 5 and 6, and now that into Tosa. Just need to ground, just be nice and easy on the throttle. Give yourself a nice exit, and that's gone off. Jerome's has had to go off the track there, and that's probably cost him any shot at pole position, unless he still has time to find. Well, if we do keep flying those who maybe I do believe someone has shot up there.
It's Jerome now starting his lap on the intermediate tires, so we could be seeing him jumping up the field if this works out for him. Currently in PA 27.1, 1.1 seconds behind pole position. 3 tenths down in the first sector, so I think the intermediate is not working as well as they were hoping.
Yeah, it's just
Might be
not-
seeing another fry round 2 here in qualifying. Looms is up by 2 tenths. 26.8 is currently best lap time, 5 tenths behind Jerome, 8 tenths behind Kian.
Daniel up to 4th. So, not too bad for the Mercedes man, but you will have a probably the McLaren of Lynx trying to get ahead of him here. He just needs to find more time. 26.6, actually not enough.
Early behind Daniel there. Carlsbury
Carlsbury.
jumps into P3, 26.516.
So
Nico is just going through the reverse corner now, through the final corner. 26.955 is best lap time, and he's just about hit the car, but it doesn't matter. That was too much time loss, and Nico will not be improving. El Piloto also going to the final corner now, currently in P9, 27.076. Can he jump up the field? Gonna be at 126.835 P7 for El Piloto. And that's that.
Yeah, you won't improve. I want in the pits. The Inter gamble did not work. Maybe after being 5 more minutes, it might have, but it didn't let up quickly enough, and that means the Ferrari of these of Keen and Drone are 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're getting used to seeing this. The 2 Ferraris at the front. Once again, Kian though with a very great lap, 3 tenths up on his teammate, who had another 2 tenths in Carlsberg in P3. Yeah, the 3 championship leaders actually, in championship order as well. But the focus, of course, in terms of championship battle has to be on Kian and Jerome, as Carlsberg is, I believe, about 20 points behind Jerome. So only well, an outside chance at this point at beating the Ferraris, especially with how fast they have been shown to be. For Leon in P4 and Daniel in P5, Lynx in P6, El Piloto in P7, Elliot in P8, Nico in P9, Itch Jerome in P10, Mike in P11, Coolman in P12, Jarno P13, C P14, G Charkers P15, Michelle P16, Nick Kenshin P17, and Skyline, having served his qualifying ban, down in last place P18 with no lap time set.
Well, that is your qualifying for anyone too, which is a common enough occurrence here. But now, in this race, it's all to play for. Some people may have compromised their setups for quality position, and that could even make the difference then, because if you were able to get a decent position without having to compromise, you could be in a very nice place.
Yeah, I think that could be crucial, whether or not people have been using wet setups for the qualifying. As now, I've been told it's dry in the race by the drivers, which, well, if that is true, you will have to compromise maybe a little bit, or just go full on for the race. I personally prefer to keep the setup for the race, as that is obviously where the points are scored, and indeed it is dry. Not seeing too many clouds, so I believe it will stay dry for the entire race as well, though we'll see. Turned on again, so we'll be jumping straight into the race once the drivers have readied up.
Yeah, so once the information lap off, it means it is a little more hectic. You need to make sure your fuel's right and all that, your strategy is right.
Yeah, also, I believe the glitch where the tires were on 70 degrees when having no formation lap has now been fixed as well. So we shouldn't be seeing any, what we had at Mexico, for example, where drivers spun off the line. We shouldn't be seeing any of that anymore. The tires are now on a drivable temperature when having no formation lap, thankfully. So hopefully we'll be seeing a clean start. And at least all the drivers going down to turn 1, I believe that should be the standard.
I haven't seen much loading here.
Yeah, but I hope the lobby isn't frozen. But I guess I'll check the driver's chat if anybody is complaining about the game not loading. Nope, nobody is.
Okay,
So,
we have a timer now, so...
Oh yeah. Okay, some drivers are actually saying rain later in the race.
Oh.
So maybe we'll be seeing late. Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting conflicting reports from the drivers, which well, I guess only makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
I suppose, but it honestly wouldn't even surprise me if some people got different weather.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a glitch that I have seen. But the 5 red lights are now on, so I'll let you take the start.
So, 5 red lights, that'll be on front of the drivers. It's lights out here at Imola. We are racing, and looks like Keane has got the start he wanted, but it's not such a good start for Jerome. He's now got Carlsberg trying to pass him around the outside the turn.
Contact made Carlsberg off into the gravel.
He's onto the gravel, and Jerome's managed to seize that position back. But now Carlsberg in more trouble because Leon has managed to get past him. And for Leon,
But Carlsberg gets straight back past him again.
back past, so a lot of position gaining and losing here. However, looks like clean start for all involved. Right down to the back here, so should be all good.
Indeed, no major incidents. We've been seeing a few tire banks, but no damage on anyone's car, I believe.
Nothing. And looks like it's very much hard or medium tire. Most people going for the hard tire, as it is a decent tire to have with the high fuel. Oh, Leon having a little bit of jump there. It looks like all are true, but Keane has managed to get a 1.1 second lead off the bat here, so maybe hoping that is going to remain the case here. But Jerome will be looking to do what he did last week, and that's to get close up into that DRS and then stay there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Lynx and Daniel are having an almighty battle right now. They've swapped positions twice in 2 corners, and now Lynx once again having a look at Daniel, but not able to summon up the inside into turn 1. So for now, Daniel kept the position ahead of Lynx. Important to mention, Carlsberg, the only one in the top 5, or the top 7 on the medium tires, apart from him. Also Nico and Sieb on the mediums. The entire grid, apart from those 3, is on the hard compound tire. So we should be seeing most people running a hard to medium tire, or medium to hard. I believe that is the standard strategy. From experience, the softs go for about 10 laps, so maybe the soft is an option if you have a late safety car or if you want to try something different. But you will probably see all drivers going for medium hard or hard medium.
Yeah, that is probably what they would be thinking of from a medium, but then maybe if they want to stay out slightly longer and see what happens, they could go for soft tire then. If you can see the huge difference between Ferraris and Carlsberg, and then between them and the rest of the pack, it's a lot of a gap between them, so you would have to wonder if this podium may already be set here, barring any incident.
I mean, Carlsberg does have the better tire compared to the cars behind him, so he might still end up fighting those guys later on. But the 2 Ferraris are, well, same as every week, those 2 are in a league of their own at the moment, and yeah, tend to decide the race between them, which, I mean, it's very impressive, but perhaps does get boring after a while. But I mean, I believe we've had very good races anyway, most of the time. But those 2 are definitely very, very strong drivers, even more than the rest of the field, which, I mean, certainly none of the drivers in this division are bad by any means. They are all brilliant drivers. But these 2 just showing the class, pulling with the front. Carlsberg, though, still able to stay with him for now. This could be crucial if there is a well-timed safety car for him. Of course, he is on a different strategy, which could very much come into play. Safety car around lap 10, lap 11 would be perfect for the beaten runners. And that could give Carlsberg a great chance to beat these guys.
It would, because then he would be on the correct strategy as opposed to others who would be on a convoluted one stop, which would be which would just look a bit out of place. Focus on keeping up with the Ferraris here, because this is what's ensuring that he can have a comfortable enough P3, provided he has the pace and the hard tire.
Yeah, I think that his best thing to do now is to basically let himself be carried away from the field, staying in the DRS of these Ferraris, and yeah, just pulling away from Leon basically, making sure he gets that P3. While everyone behind him is in a DRS train. Got all the way from Leon to It's Cool Man. Ah, well, with one exception, C is currently outside of DRS to Mike, but he might get back into it halfway through the lap at some point. But yeah, very long DRS train here, from P3 to P18. So this
Yeah,
could be losing those guys some time as well. As Sieb goes off through Aqua Minerali, has to let both Jan and Nick Kenshin through, Skyline as well, and Michelle XB as well, losing 4 places from one simple mistake. This is the problem of driving in DRS trains.
Yeah,
those little mistakes can be very costly.
Now he's went from being very near the points to being a long way off the point. Not necessarily in terms of time to the points, but just purely because of position.
Yeah, Jerome is completely out of EAS, was at 0% for most of the main straight there. He's really pushing to stay in his teammates' DRS. So Kian, I think, well, he might be able to pull off DRS in a couple laps, as he has about 40% left, while his teammate has nothing. So, unless Jerome can find some pace here, Kian could be looking at a gap of over 1 second, and then continue to pull away, which would be very important for him.
Well, 3.3 now between this top 3 and the Leon in 4th, so it's looking like it's effectively 2 races here, one between the top 3 and then one between the rest of the pack. It very much seems like a 2020 kind of race where you've got Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen heading off away from everyone else, and then you've effectively got the midfield here to fight, with Elliott probably representing Albon.
It's a bit harsh. I mean, he's doing well.
Well, yeah, he was doing well, but
right now.
But more to suit the comparison. I don't mean anything. Over here looks like LP the doors as DRS, but he's just around us, hovering around that 1 second. So you could see a little break in this DRS train here, if although a mistake has been made by Nico, so that means that Pilatore will still have his DRS. So this train will remain intact.
Yeah, it's stayed mostly intact. About P10 is where it starts to drop off. Mike is just outside DRS range. Jano as well, just outside DRS range to him. So about P10, P11 is where the DRS is split in 2 now. With the basically we've got 3 packs right now. The top 3. The P4 to P10 and then P11 to P18. So we might be seeing those trains coming to play in terms of strategy as well, because Kian, Jerome and Carlsby, when they pit for fresh tires, they will not be wanting to be behind these trains, or even worse, inside these trains, having to go through them, as that will cost them lots of time. They have to burn the ERS as well, and yeah, just all the things you don't want basically. Meanwhile, Kian is now just about outside the 1 second. Now Jerome gets back in, but Jerome once again 0% ERS.
Oh.
I think Kian is going to have him in a couple laps.
It's not looking good for Jerome here. He's really having to push it just to keep it in. You can even see here he's having to burn.
Even Carlsby, about 50% ERS or 60% ERS right now. Honestly, Carlsby is more of the danger to Jerome than Jerome is to Kian right now. Although, well, right now they're all just about inside the 1 second gap, so I don't think we're seeing any moves being done in top 3. But the midfield, I mean, they've been fighting. We've got Nico very close to Lynx, of course, the tire advantage on Nico as well, running those mediums right now, trying to make his way through this train.
Yeah, so very interesting. You see the gap further increasing here. 4.3. It's going to be interesting to see where will like the Carlsbury have pit into, because he's probably got to pit into some form of train, and that could really hamper his race.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jano has just gotten a penalty, but Sieb already also has one, so we've got 2 seconds. Indeed, 2 seconds for both Jano and Sieb. So this could be costing those guys in the fight for the final points paying positions, currently running P11 and P15.
I think Keane's going to be pulling away here because, well, he's broken that DRS fairly comfortably, and well, look at Carlsbury. He's all over the back of Jerome now.
Yeah, Jerome will now be very much on danger of Carlsbury, as Kian, well, he's increased the gap to 1.8 seconds already, so Kian pulling away from his teammate. This could be Kian's chance to run away and dominate this race, as Sieb has just lost 2 positions. Nick Kenshin is Jerome are fighting over P14 side by side through the Variante Villeneuve it was, and now down to Tosa. And
Jerome has the position.
Yep, Nick Kenshin are also getting past Sieb on the exit of Tosa down to the Piratella.
Sieb comes back.
Oh, contact mate! But Nick Kenshin doesn't lose the car, but it does allow G-Chalkers to get past him as well. Nick Kenshin now losing many places, down to second last place.
I have to say, actually, we've had 8 laps of racing, nobody's had a spin. So
Yeah, no major incidents. Very clean driving from all of the drivers today, which is great to see, of course.
yeah, not just clean driving, everyone. Nobody's making a mistake. A huge mistake out here. See, Cowspray, he's close, but he's just not close enough. We saw he got a brilliant exit out of here last time. Can he get it again? He's got a nice run through there, but it's just not enough for him to think about anything. Although maybe here, Jerome's had a little kick of oversteer. He probably can start planning on this pressure.
Yellow flags for Jarno. Jarno's lost it coming through turn 3. Or turn 4, sorry, Tamburello.
Well,
down to last place for him now.
I suppose we've had a spin. But
yeah, I believe you've the commentators cursing him there. Oh, we both did.
Well, we both
Shame
did.
for Jarno, but he should be able to recover. He's not too far behind the DRS train. So with a bit of luck he'll be back in the fight in a couple laps. Bit of a slight there for Jerome. Carlsbury is all over him now, and Carlsbury has significant to P2. And I believe he should be able to do it this time around as he runs just a bit wide. Probably attracted its warning for Carlsbury.
You see Carlsbury
running this
easily past. He can probably turn off the ERS now.
No chance for Jerome there. Carlsbury moves up to P2. Of course, Jerome can fight back on the next lap. Michel has now lost it through the rota. Or exiting the rota, and he's in the box as well. I assume some front wing damage on the Williams. As he retires from the session as well, so well. Lap 10, first retirement of the race in the pit lane.
Let's see.
Shouldn't cause a safety car.
Or no, he's just done a normal pit stop here. Oh well, he's retired.
Yeah, he's now left the session as well. Trying to see if anybody else is close enough for move right now. We've got Schalke pretty close to see, but well, this area of the track you won't be seeing any moves being done. Jerome is almost dropping out of the ERS to Carlsbury already. Has made a mistake going through the Variante Alta, and this could be Carlsbury outside of the ERS range. No, Jerome gets out of his ERS and stays inside. But there's no chance he can make a move now with 11% ERS. But Carlsbury also down to 10%, so Carlsbury might be burning to get back into the ERS here. Is it gonna work for the Haas driver? Fast lap of the race.
That's a bit weird fast lap. He's actually made a good bit of time in Keane. You now see Jerome, he's closing. Well, I think he stopped himself from overtaking there. So because it's not worth it.
Yeah, it would have been a late move, so rather stay behind and think about a championship maybe. Don't risk the going for a dangerous move perhaps, and rather stay behind for a couple of laps longer. Instead of going for a move and ending up in the gravel. Smart thinking from Jerome there.
Yeah, just better to keep what he has for now. Carlsbury clearly did burn a bit there to get closer to Keane, but obviously not.
Yeah, Keane is now starting to put away again, so it hasn't worked for Carlsbury. And I believe this is also in a way good for Jerome, at least in terms of the fight for P3, for P2, sorry. As he will have the fast tire later on. So honestly, he can just sit back for now and wait for Carlsbury to box, and then once Carlsbury is in the hard and Jerome's in mediums, he should be able to pull away from him. Of course, that would imply that Jerome has already given up on the race, but surely he hasn't. But it will be a tough ask for him to
easy pass
and make up those 2 seconds. Yeah, easy pass now with the ERS.
He can really turn off the ERS now, save what he has. But that is the place. Now see, pit stop windows will be coming into effect soon here. But surely there'll be a stop somewhere.
Yeah, I'm thinking somewhere in the next couple of laps, about lap 14 maybe, we should be seeing pit stops from the medium runners, and then lap 18 for the hard runners. Of course, the hard runners, I believe they have a good chance that we might be seeing those guys going for a bit longer than going for softs. It is a possibility. As Jarno is in the gravel, coming out of the Tamburello.
Not too good for Jarno today. It's just not going his way. He wasn't too too bad up until around lap 9, but then it just started to slip away.
Second time penalty from Mike. Currently running P10, so this could be costing him a point. He's currently got a 2 point. Oh, apologies to Skyline. As El Piloto gets past Nico in the fight for P7, side by side through the water now. El Piloto around the outside, on Nico, on the inside, side by side, still through the corner. Now going onto the main straight, but I think El Piloto's gonna have him now. Yes, El Piloto, much more ERS, has pulled ahead and gets the position. But he's dropped outside of the ERS range to Lynx now, so he's gonna have to push to get back into that.
I think he's
Siep has gotten a penalty for speaking the pits. First one to pit as well, Siep. Or first one to pit naturally, without having wing damage. And indeed, hard tires on the Aston Martin. That penalty could really cost him. 5 seconds is a lot of time, especially with a field this close with so many DRS trains all over the field.
Yeah, so it'll be for likely country. Nico, where are you going to drop out into, and can you just get your tires nice and warm quick enough so that you can start pulling an undercut on those who you are ahead of you?
Yeah, I believe as of now, Kian would come out just behind It's Cool Man. Jerome Carlsbury probably just in front of Nick Kenshin. Actually no, the pit lane is a bit longer here, isn't it? So
yeah, it is long.
Yeah, I think Kian might come around where Nick Kenshin is right now, and then Jerome Carlsbury coming around where Jarno is for the moment. So at the moment they will be full on in traffic if they were to box. So I think we'll be seeing those guys going for a bit longer, including Carlsbury. I mean, for him it's a biggest issue as he's gonna have to box earlier than the guys ahead of him. Yep, second medium runner. Yellow flags for Siep. He spun out of the Aquanarari of turn 12 and 13. Nico going for hards. He's gonna exit the pit lane in P16 behind Jarno, I believe. As yeah, the pit lane is very, very long here. 10-second time penalty for Siep now for corner cutting. I would predict that he's going to go to the pits and retire.
Yeah, because once you have a 10-second penalty, you can't really be removed in game. It's probably going to compromise the rest of your race. You see?
Indeed, he's boxing, and I think we're seeing, yeah, not slowing down either. He's already given up on his race, and there we go. He's planned the race.
That's it for Siep. He's just made one mistake too many, and well, with that penalty, he wasn't really going to progress anywhere really. So now he's retired, but obviously not on track, so nothing to cause a safety car that would benefit the likes of Carlsbury.
Yeah, we've now got Daniel very close to Leon here.
Carlsbury's in.
A move for P4. Oh yep, Carlsbury in the pits, there we go.
Leon's in.
Oh, early pits for Leon, yeah, he's going for an undercut there.
Yeah, this might not be a bad idea for Leon if the mediums can handle it.
Yeah, I believe the mediums can go for that long, but he might end up in traffic now, which could cost him. Let's see, Carlsbury, is he gonna be behind Nick Kenshin? Behind Jarno perhaps even? Behind Nick Kenshin for sure, as he's just coming past him, and probably behind Jarno as well. Oh, no, Carlsbury comes out in front of him, Leon comes up behind Jarno. So maybe Jarno will be letting his teammate past, playing the team game. Oh, Jarno spun! Oh, he hit the wall. Front-wing damage for Jarno, but he's still in the race. So hopefully should not cause a safety car.
No, it won't, because that debris is well off track.
Yeah. Surely this shouldn't cause a safety car. Jarno will be on his way back to the pit lane now, getting a new front wing, I assume. Yeah, the entire front left end plate is missing. Surely enough damage to roll in the pit stop.
Yeah, the pit stop won't be needed after that. No one. Ferrari's not trying anything here. Drone.
Lynx gotten past Daniel. Through Rotza actually, so that's an interesting place to make a move. El Pilota now using DRS to get past Daniel as well. And he gets it done.
And Pilador is through. Now, next up for him is Lynx.
Yeah, this could be the fight for the podium if they manage to catch up to Carlsbury now that they have the better tire. Well, after the pit stops they have the better tire. So potentially a podium, a possibility for the guys running in P3 right now, or yeah, just behind P3 on track right now.
Oh,
5-second penalty for Jarno for speeding the pits now. So his race is going from bad to worse.
Yeah.
But he's continuing on, he hasn't retired yet, which is good to see.
And it is good to see, I suppose. He is just trying to keep going here, but he's only
He might be getting
close.
lapped now.
Yeah.
Kian is not far behind him.
Keane is currently exiting the final corner here, and this could be close now. Yeah. As looks like Jarno.
Yeah, Jarno's gonna be a lap down here, so even if there's a safety car, he is pretty much out of the race. Oh well, actually the Ferraris would box in case of a safety car, at least as of now. So, well, he's not out yet.
Oh, Mike's in pits.
Yep, early pit stop for Mike as well. And he's going to mediums.
Trying to see now here. Leon was 4th when he made a stop. Mike is a little further down, but just to see maybe where the cross comparison.
Yeah, he would definitely be behind Leon. This is already flying past now, but he's not even anywhere close to the end of the pit lane.
Calsbury's past Nick Kenshin.
Crucial for him, hasn't lost much time behind him.
Starting to make some moves. I'd like to see where Calsbury will end up. Because if he can just push in the laps now, he might just gain a little bit, and then when the hard runners have to start warming up the tyres, it'll become a little more difficult after that.
Yeah, with a bit of luck, Calsbury could even end up in front of Jerome again, or even in front of Kean, after those guys make the pit stop, because he does have the undercut now. Will have better tyres, potentially should be doing better laps right now. Jerome is in the pits. Jerome, who was fighting Calsbury earlier, is now in the pit lane, putting on mediums as well.
This is the gamble he's got to take. Because then he can maybe hope that with the tyres warm, he can.
Yeah, lots of guys in the pits now as well.
Yeah, a lot of drivers in. Be interesting to see where they all file out.
Jerome now leaves the pits way off Calsbury, so the undercut did not work for the Haas driver.
Here's what Calsbury is and he's a couple of seconds off. I think I suppose he will get if he gain back some time with the tyre warm up for Jerome.
The undercut worked very well though for Leon, as he's already 3 seconds ahead of Lynx, who was fighting earlier. So Leon has done very well here.
Jarno off again.
Oh yeah, another spin from the AlphaTauri driver, so well, he's even further down now. And I believe he's been lapped by El Piloto as well. And he's spun again. Or he's letting people... No, he's spun again. Yeah, not a good race for Jarno. He's now cutting the corner, I believe. I would be surprised if we're seeing him pull into the pits as well now, retiring from the race. At this point, I would understand. And probably do the same in his situation. Only a few drivers haven't boxed yet. Charkers and that full man fighting over P4 right now. Both still staying out. Could be important for Jerome if he catches up to them. Kian hasn't covered the undercut from Jerome. Very interesting to see. He's deciding to stay out for even longer.
We're going for a little bit of tyre offset then, because he could just make his life a little easier in that case. See, Leon past Nick Kenshin. Next up for Leon Iruki Calsbury, this undercut has worked.
Yeah, this could actually propel him onto the podium. Calsbury was fighting for P3 earlier, or was running in P3 earlier. And yeah, Leon was fighting over P4, so he's done very, very well with this undercut. And well, he's retired by the Calsbury now as well, so if those mediums don't drop off by the end, he could be on for podium. Very good job from Leon.
Would be a very good job. Pitting early may turn out to be a very nice cause. Keane's now pitting. He decided, well, now is the time to get in and cover.
This would be crucial. This would be very crucial if he comes on with his teammate, if his teammate is in DRS range. Of course, cold tires out the pits as well. So if Jerome is close to him, he can definitely get into the ERS range. About 40-50% ERS on Jerome's car, so he's just outside, he can burn a little bit. Kian about 40% leaving the pit lane now.
Kian's leaving.
Fast lap from Jerome. Kian comes up behind Truckers, and this could be crucial, this might lose some time as well. Jerome is just about outside 1 second, and with the cold tires, surely Jerome is gonna get back into 1 second here.
He should be.
So the fight for the race win between the two Ferrari drivers is back on.
Oh, and look with Chalkers there, it's going to be very good for Jerome here. If he... There's a yellow flag there, that is
Jarno just retired in the pit lane. Leon got past Caspi while we're looking at the pit stop of Jerome, of Kian, and Jerome catching up to him. Crucial now as well that Chalkers can hold up Kian and Jerome doesn't get stuck behind him while Kian gets past. Jerome has to get through Chalkers together with Kian basically. And they're both very close to Chalkers now. Chalkers about 40% EAS, so if he wants to defend,
Jerome so close.
He probably could. And look how close it is now. Jerome is in the pit lane now, 5-second penalty for speeding. Chalkers and El Piloto are both staying out, so I think those guys are going for softs.
I think Jerome honestly needs to lose the burning in a way, because he could have built an advantage. Well, both Ferraris passed the McLaren, the Chalkers. The Chalkers fought that one a little, that probably compromised Jerome a bit. But
but crucial for him to get back past, to get past McLaren together with his teammate, but he's almost outside of, almost out of the ERS now, apologies. And this could be crucial as well. But if he stays in the ERS range, maybe he can recover over the next coming laps. We've got Daniel quite close to Lynx as well. We could be seeing those guys fighting over what is P7 for now, what will I believe be P5 once the rest of the field is boxed as well.
Yeah, that means Chalkers and El Piloto still have the box here.
Yeah, the only two drivers who are still yet to pit. I mean, if this is safety car, this could be brilliant for El Piloto. As just to say that he's going to pull into the pit lane, 11 laps to go. Will we be seeing him moving onto softs? I think that is the game plan if he's staying out this long.
And
nope, mediums as well, okay.
No, full pusher mediums then. Keane with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And he is on course to take 16 points for... and just basically right the wrongs of last week. But Jerome could well stay here and make them most fit and wait his time.
El Piloto coming out of the pits in P9, just behind Elliott. But now on the freshest tires out of anyone. The only one yet to pit now is Chalkers, 21 laps on hards. So, I mean, surely someone's gonna go for softs here. Just, that would be very interesting to see, so I would really like to see Chalkers going into softs. Jerome with a 3-second time penalty!
And that's it. That's probably the win gone. Or whatever chance he had of it.
You can see how aggressive he is over those curves, over those white lines. You can see why he's gotten those 3 warnings. The question though is, how many warnings does Kian have? I'll check.
Yeah,
Kian is on 2 warnings as well, so honestly I could see Kian getting a penalty as well. But he gets outside of 1 second again. Was he outside of 1 second at the DRS detection zone? Yes he was. No DRS for Jerome. And Jerome is out of ERS as well, so surely Kian has once again pulled outside of 1 second to his teammate.
He's done it again, but the question is, will he be able to hold off or pull away as much as he did last time?
Daniel's pulling a move on Lynx around the outside through turn 1 here, heading down to turn 2, and Daniel gets past him before the braking zone.
He's got the move done. Has remaining in 5th here. Obviously it will be net 4th. Leon has done a very good job. The undercut worked for him and he's been able to pass there with them mediums. looks like it's Keane's race to lose, but it looked like that for much of last week, and he ended up losing it, so you can't be certain.
We've also got Daniel very close to Carlsbane now, so those guys fighting over P5, hopefully P4 after Troikers makes his pit stop. The McLaren driver though is now coming into the pits. 5-second penalty for speed in the pits for him as well.
That probably cost him.
And he is going to soft, there we go. Someone has listened to my me begging for someone to go for softs, and there we go. Troikers is gonna come out in P12, maybe even, no, P13, maybe even P14 behind It's Cool Man.
It's Cool Man is passing, yeah, he's easily passed. Pit lane is very long here, so if you see someone a little bit further away, it doesn't really matter because they probably will pass.
The Ferraris have now increased their lead over the field to 8.5 seconds, so well, once again, I have to say those two are in a league of their own. Keane even more so, he's even able to get his teammate. So I've been really, really impressed with those two. Once again today, same as every week.
Yeah, it is often the same story. Ferrari leading away. You would think it's early 2000s, but in this case it's 2022, and this Ferrari F6 team have a really done business here.
Yeah, I have to say, as a Ferrari supporter, it's actually great therapy for the actual 2022 season. Straight into the contrast as Lynx is getting past Carlsbane for P5. Moving, yeah, just past him on the inside into turn 2 into Tamburello chicane. And Carlsbane dropping down to P6 on those hard tires.
I think the mediums are much better than the hards, but it's a case of getting the hards out of the way with the higher fuel, as they're much better than doing mediums early to try.
Oh, Daniel's lost it! Daniel spun coming off Tosa!
Oh,
kept him off the wall though, no damage for the Mercedes driver, he's down into P8.
This is looking very nice for him, but now he's down to 8th.
I was just about to say, you have Imola Stank chase down Leon looking at the podium perhaps, but now he's yeah, just put a bit too much load on tires on the exit of Tosa. He's lost it, and when he's on the bottom end of the points now, down into P8, not in DRS when the cars in front either, so he will likely be staying there. El Piloto here very close to Elliott, battling over P6, and lots of ERS for El Piloto as well, much fresher tires, 4 laps. So his late pit stop is really working out for him now. He's gonna burn the ERS, use the DRS, and he's gonna fly past Elliott on the main straight. There we go.
Yeah, he's done a really good job there. El Piloto.
It's Ron moving past Mike as well, up into P10.
I'd say next up for El Piloto here is going to be Carlsbane, and judging by his pace, Piloto, he's usually pretty quick in the race, as he's able to cover himself really well, shown by last week. Carlsbane hanging on well to Lynx, but I need to just find a little bit more, or maybe he's hoped that the swing of performance falls towards the hard tires.
Oh, I went to the black screen for a second, but thankfully it's fixed itself. That was a scary moment, but all good, game hasn't crashed. Elliott is able to stay with El Piloto, but he's gaining tons of time on Carlsbane, so El Piloto could be carrying this little train of himself and Elliott onto Lynx and Carlsbane.
Yeah, that is the thing. He could start bringing himself onto it, but he just needs a little bit of late braking just to maybe slip into that window. As you see it, when you get the interval gap back up again, you have to use for around pit stops. It's around 1.4 here. Now you see 1.3. It's trying to slip towards that 1 second. if he can get it, then it's looking like a very good chance for LP the Tour here. He puts in P4 as he, with that tyre offset, it's looking very, very nice run.
Yeah, at this point, even the podium, I would say, isn't out of question, as Leon is on the oldest medium tires in the field, and Piloto on the freshest medium tires in the field. So if he gets past Karlsberg and Lynx quick enough, he might even catch Piloto in the last couple laps here. Great stuff we're seeing from El Piloto now in the
he's in the DRS.
He's inside the DRS. Probably one more lap though before he can pass Karlsberg. He's just a bit too far behind for now, but he can use the DRS to get closer for the next lap.
Yeah, he's got the DRS here. He can now start to really close up. Well, he won't get it done this lap, but he may be able to do it next lap or even at some point during this one.
Because, yeah, big tyre advantage for El Piloto over Karlsberg, and then Lynx and Leon as well. I mean, Leon's tyres are as old as Karlsberg's, and he's on mediums while Karlsberg's on hard, so surely his tyres are gonna start dropping off now. And seeing Lynx catching up to him already, and El Piloto on the fresh tyres has even more of a chance. Karlsberg, oh wow, what a save from Karlsberg. He was sliding all over the place there, coming out of toaster, but just about kept it going. He's out of DRS to Lynx now though, opening up the chance for El Piloto.
Yeah, he's probably got to make the pass very, very quickly, because otherwise he may not be really able to keep up with or get to the likes of Lynx and Leon.
Yeah, I think what El Piloto's gonna do here is fly past Karlsberg on his straight and get into Lynx's DRS by doing that as well. Basically use Karlsberg as a slingshot back into Lynx's DRS, and Lynx is only 1.6 behind Leon, 1.5 now. Yellow flags in sector 3,
Well,
that's Mike!
Mike, oh! Not good for Mike here, and he had a penalty anyway, so it wasn't
El Piloto now flying past Karlsberg, just as I predicted.
Yep, it's worked out fairly well here. And now you see it's almost in that second here. Yep, but surely by now he'll have it.
Again, yellow flags, once again it is Mike. So he's maybe got the tires being warm, maybe some wearing damage. I didn't see the actual spin yet, I don't know if he made impact with the wall. I was having a look at Karlsberg and El Piloto at the time.
Meanwhile, up at the front, looks like Keane's got the job done here. Mike's now retired in the pit lane, so that's the end for the Mercedes. As I said before, Keane has got 3 seconds on Jerome now. Jerome, he won't have to worry about anyone else really, as long as he doesn't rack up too many penalties in the next few laps. He should be fine.
Yeah, we've got Elliott, always teammate as well, into team battle for P6 here. Karlsberg and Elliott. Of course, Elliott and Karlsberg both almost out of the ERS. El Piloto also very close to Lynx now, who is completely out of ERS. And I believe no DRS for Lynx either. El Piloto surely is gonna fly past him now.
And yeah, he could nearly stop burning, and he has, as he's got enough overspeed and more than enough. The Red Bull very much, I feel like, flying by.
Yep, same for Elliott, flying past Karlsberg. Karlsberg not putting up much of a fight there, letting his teammate go through.
Yeah, it's just not turned out well in the second stint for Karlsberg. He was there with the leaders on the first stint, but now he's probably in the bite of the hard tyres.
Yeah, this is the danger of starting on a medium and going for the hard later. You just drop down so much in the latter stint. But El Piloto, I mean, he's only got 6/10 of a gap to Leon. Leon does have a bit more ERS, but the tyre advantage seems to be massive for El Piloto. Those 15 lap of mediums, yeah, they've dropped off. At this point, El Piloto is looking at a podium.
And he has a lap to spare here. That is the thing he does have in hand. But he may well decide to make this move early and then pull away. So now, heading down towards will be the multiple lap for them, as he Keane and Jerome has...
Leon's lost it!
He's lost it! The grip has went! The grips went from his tyres, and he's now down to 8. While being
Lynx is trying to find El Piloto now, but he's got no ERS at all. So, El Piloto has turned off the DRS for some reason, halfway down the straight, but he's still kept the position.
Well, I don't think he expected to nab the podium just like that. but he has. So it looks like Ferrari 1-2 Monza will have a Red Bull completing the podium. Lynx here is sticking with him, and he is, and now Carlsberg is still there. So
yeah, maybe the hard's now coming back into the zone. The medium's stopping off slightly. I mean, Leon was struggling a lot on 15 lap old mediums, and Elliot and Lynx are on 13 laps, so maybe those guys are struggling on tires as well. Carlsberg could be coming back at them.
Yeah, he might still have an opportunity here, but with a DRS train forming, not great.
Penalty for Leon as well, he's gonna drop behind Skyline. Oh, contact made between Lynx and Elliot. Carlsberg now!
There's gonna be 3 wide
side
here.
by side with them.
Almost 3 wide.
Oh, they're playing DRS games where Carlsberg is right behind. That was slightly dangerous. Side by side now for 2 hours, but Carlsberg gets back past his teammate. And now right behind Lynx, who doesn't have any ERS as we head into the last lap.
So, last lap, obviously, Keen well ahead, so is Jerome. And Filatore now secured his podium. But here comes Carlsberg. Lynx has got to watch here because he will definitely have a car on his inside to turn 1. Carlsberg trying to get through here.
Lynx, contact made it. Lynx has been spun out. Lynx is off the race. Lynx is out of the race from that little bit of contact.
He's out.
And Elliot as well. Elliot is spun out. Both Elliot and Lynx have spun.
Oh my. It's Elliot off. Carlsberg must be thinking how he's managed to get through that. It was a bit of contact. I think it's sent Lynx round, and then it's just right into Elliot. So
Elliot is damaged as well, so he's surely going to be passed by Nico here. Maybe even it's Coolman. Elliot might drop outside the points here. Crucial for the Haas team. Losing many points as well as McLaren now scoring 0 points in this race. But Kian is coming up to the line. A brilliant performance from Kian today. He takes home the race for Imola.
So Ferrari wins in Monza. It wins at Imola. Now,
yeah, 1-2 for Ferrari. 2 weeks in a row now at their home races.
Also, 2 1-2s at 2 Italian races for the Ferrari team. And with Filatore, he's done the work, and his strategy paid off. He's now going to get a podium.
Brilliant work from Epiloto. Carlsberg now on the last lap,
P4.
jumping from P6 to P5. Daniel P5. Leon will end up in P6 side by side with Jerome. Skyline jumping both of them on penalties.
Extremely close there. And you see
it's Kuman P9, Jerome P10, Elliot dropping outside the point with that wing damage. Nick Kenshin will be in P12 and G Chalkers in P13. So, but he's pushing for fast lap right now on those fresh softs. I mean, what is the fast lap right now? I believe it's Kian's. Yeah, Kian. So this could cost Kian a point if Chalkers beats his lap time here. 17.0 to beat, half a second the gap. Let's see if Chalkers makes it around the final corner. Running the ERS once again. It's gonna be a 1:16 point something fast lap for Gene Chalkers.
Oh, and I think Lynx is not too happy with the Haas drivers there, because well, that last lap battling has resulted in him DNFing from the race. That is your podium there. The celebrations have begun. Let's say for Keane, it's now 11-point lead with still there's a good few rounds to go, but he is going to be feeling very good about his chances here.
Yeah, I think Kian at this point is the favourite to win the championship, finishing P3 in the last 3 races, now finally taking home a win again and extending his gap over his teammates. And also, I think the constructors are a done deal at this point. Ferrari are definitely going to be winning those.
Yeah, it's looking...
I don't think they've won it mathematically yet, but realistically they should be getting it at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a very good race today. The midfield's been very entertaining. But I mean, look at those gaps. Kian could have boxed again and probably still would have gotten the podium.
Yeah, so Keane wins the race for Ferrari, so second Ferrari win in a row, and second Ferrari 1-2 in a row, with Jerome in second this time. LP Torque will be spawning P3, Cos will be P4, then P5, it's going to be 16, P7, Nico P8, Kuman P9, Jerome P10, then Elliot P11, Kindred P12, Talkers was P13, then DNS were links, Mike. Yeah, and also you had Yanu, Sieb, and Michel, along with two others there. I'll just make sure to have it for you. So that should be it. That's a good race, but so now with a couple of rounds remaining, that should be Keane back 11 points in front with next round of Brazil.
Yeah, that should be very interesting as well. Brazil does tend to produce very good racing, and yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing Jerome and Kian, or maybe even someone else battling for the race win. So I'm very excited, looking forward to next week, and I should be able to make it, so we should be, if you're able to make it as well, together again for F6 commentary.
Yep, hopefully. So thank you all for watching there. Make sure to go and watch some of the other streams on right now, and so also make sure to check out our sponsors. Just want to make sure to give you a word from our sponsors before we do go. If you do give me a sec. Do make sure to check out Grid Rival first of all for some F1 Fantasy Leagues, and then GT Omega for some brilliant products. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.